Hi, it's Fred Van Erck here from Resolve Finance and at Realty Group. Just wanted to give you an update today and show you how to use the NDIS pricing calculator. So you can see how the government calculates the NDIS payments per participant. Also, I did send out a package last week on Midvale that has been deposited on right now. And what we are finding in Perth is that land availability is becoming very, very scarce as it's selling out very, very quickly. There's a high demand for just housing in general in WA right now, which is making sourcing of land particularly difficult. However, that's what we do for our clients. So if you are interested, then we need to work together to find you a package. Anyhow, what I'm going to do now is share my screen and show you how to use the calculator. Let me just wait till that goes away, and I will minimize that. Okay, so what we have here is we have the ndis.gov.au. I will send the link out to you again, but it's the Special Disability Accommodation Pricing and Payment page. What you need to do is you need to go down to this little highlighted area here, NDIS SDA Price Calculator 2023-24, released 18th of October. So you can tell it's pretty much the latest release. You click on that and it should download it up here in Excel. Click on the Excel and then it opens up. Make sure you enable editing, otherwise you won't be able to change it. Okay, so Special Disability Accommodation, SDA Price Calculator 23 to 24. What we're interested is in post-2023, so obviously a new build. The build type, we will click here and we will go down and select house 3 residents. Now, I know some people are looking at buying a house with 2 residents. The ability with a house with 3 residents is you can put 2 participants in there. You can register it as a 2-participant house if you're worried about it being fully occupied. The interesting thing is when you use this calculator, the amount that the government pays for 2 participants is only about 10% less than it actually pays for 3 participants in a house. So the benefit of having a 3-participant house is it gives you the greatest flexibility. And obviously down the track, if you ever intend on reselling this property, a 3-bedroom house has a significantly higher value than a 2-bedroom house. So we would always recommend building a 3-bedroom house. Now, in terms of the type of house you're going to build, they come into different design categories. You have improved livability, fully accessible, robust with breakout room, and high physical support. We always recommend building a high physical support home, as this gives you the highest level of care for a participant. But building a high physical support means you can accommodate an improved livability person or a fully accessible. However, conversely, if you build an improved livability, you would not be able to house a high physical support need participant. Even though it does cost a little bit more for a high physical support home, our recommendation is to invest a little bit extra and build a high physical support 3-bedroom home. This will allow you to give you the maximum opportunity / matrix of participants. With or without on-site overnight assistance. So you need a room for an OOA. So we always put with OOA, which is basically a carer 24/7. Without fire sprinklers, it's not mandated right now to build a house with fire sprinklers. Currently, we don't build them with fire sprinklers. We find that just the maintenance cost and the upkeep and the initial costs in installing is very, very high. Okay, input tax credits claimed for GST on the purchase cost of the dwelling. In your build component of your package, you can actually claim the GST back. However, as my accountant explained to me, when you come to sell your property, Fred, you will pay 10% of the total price at which you sold it. So even though it's a short-term gain, in the long term, it's going to cost you more money in tax. So for us, I put input tax credits were not claimed. You can see here in the shaded area, it says the annual bench price for one participant is $59,261. We then come down to this location factor. Basically what this is you have to select where you're building. The government pays different levels of subsidies depending on where you're building, and that is pretty much tied to the actual land cost. So for us, we are building in Perth South West, and it comes up here with a little index factor of 1.02. Basically means that the government will pay 1.02 of whatever the benchmark price is for Perth, WA, Southwest. What we do for our clients when we do look at locations, we obviously look at demand. We also look at the index factor to make sure that it's paying as close to 1, if not 1 higher. So you don't want it to be paying 0.8, that's a 25% decrease in your income, or 0.9, that's a 10% decrease in your income. The objective here is to get the maximum income possible from your investment. Okay, so we have a base price here of $60,446. We have a MRRC, and I'll come back to that in a second, and I'll show you what that is. That is the maximum rent contribution that the participant pays, and part of that is made up of disability subsidies and rent assistance. So you combine the NDIS contribution, the participant's MRRC, and you come out with the gross per participant per room annual contribution / rent. So in this instance, it's $72,288. We have a 3 participant home. So if the home was fully occupied, that rental income would be $216,000 gross per year. Now, a lot of people say to me, Fred, you know, the chances of getting 3 participants is a little bit slim. How does the matrix work if there was only 2? So if I go here and we had a house with 2 residents, high physical support with OOA, without fire sprinklers, import tax credits were not claimed, and it's in the southwest of Perth, you can see that the income per participant is no longer 72,000, it's 98,000, right? 98,000 times 2 is 196,000, as opposed to the 216,000 you were getting if you had 3 participants. So pretty much the 3 participant house gives you the option of having just 2 people in there. And if you have just 2 people, it will still return just under $200,000 a year. Now, if you had 1 person in there, let's do that again. Right, a very worst case scenario, you would have $72,000 worth of income, which still certainly pays your outgoings and any cost of money on the purchase. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to this MRRC tab, and you can see here the maximum reasonable rent contribution and how that's actually broken out. That's a disability support pension of $250, pension supplement $20, Commonwealth rent assistance $184, and energy supplement. It's actually not paid on that one, but anyhow, it's $455 per fortnight, which calculates to your $11,841. The location factor is this tab here, and this shows you the different index factors. I'm just going to go to WA because that's what we're interested in. You can see WA here, Bunbury. You go across, a 3-resident house pays 1.05. A house in Mandurah pays 0.9. So basically the difference between that and that is about a 15% income decrease if you were to build in Mandurah over Bunbury, right? Perth inner city, where you can't buy land, you can't build there anyhow, pays 1.25. The northeast, 1.32. sorry, 0.93. So the ones that we're interested in when we find land for our clients is in the northwest, the southeast, and the southwest, mainly because it pays 1, 1.07, and 1.02. I'll cut this short right here. I hope that helps. Explains a little bit about NDIS and how the pricing calculator works. For sure, if you have more interest, feel free to reach out and I can talk you through it personally. Thank you.